Assalamualaikum and hi to my lecturer and fellow friends. Today, I am going to explain a little bit about our business, which is a Mouthfuls Bakery. Mouthfuls Bakery is a partnership company who sells pastry like cream puff, croissant, baklava, tart, and more. Our store is located in Section 7, Shah Alam. Our business has online service and delivery right at customer doorstep. Our business has a best combination price and service. We use social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to promote our product and service.
We have identified that the bakery are still using the manual system to record data, which input records and paper forms. They are still using traditional way of information handling. This has been creating problem for them to record, store, and retrieve customers and pastry records. Next, the data storage and retrieval will be managed through human labor. Thus, this could lead to inaccurate information as human beings are more prone to error than computers. This in fact consumes a lot of time and tedious for the customer as well as the employees themselves. Furthermore, manual system cause duplication of customers and pastry records. It will be hard to detect a duplicate using book that have more than 1,000 lists. Lastly, company is having an issue with calculated amount when actually there are different alternatives for them to choose. Manual data entry is easy especially for small startup, but as the business grow, they eventually need to shift it to Microsoft Access. Let's see the recommendation and reason on why we highly recommend it to use this software. Let's go to the best part.
So let's move on to recommendations to overcome the problems. As you can see here on the table customer, we are provided with field name, customer name, phone number, pastry name, date ordered, price, and quantity ordered. So basically, in general, tables provide different types of data using database. Fields and records can make databases more organized, and also tables are enable us to provide primary key for easy navigation and data retrieval. And on the next slide, table pastry, as we can see, pastry name, ID, pastry type of pastry, calories and price, including with the data type and description that was provided. It seems that creating tables can also help reduce duplication of data that had been keyed in the system. Some features that were provided, such as drop-down selection field, will help us choose the wanted or required data easily. Next, we move on to queries. The first one is favorite pastry and least favorite pastry queries. Such queries are used to search the database precisely. And in this system, we made 5 queries, including a calculated query, which is called the total cost pastry query, which we will see in a moment. In favorite pastry, as you can see, criteria for quantity ordered, I can put the criterion as bigger than or same as for quantity. So as we run the query, it will show us the quantity that was ordered, which is 4 and above. The same goes for the least ordered pastry, which I put the criteria of 1, which I want to see what is the least ordered pastry in our company. So moving on to total cost query. Specifically for total cost query, this query can help us find out the total amount needed to be paid by the customers by multiplying the price of the pastry with the quantity and pastries ordered by the customers. So as you can see, I put the formula of total cost, and I sort the total cost field as ascending, so it makes it easier and organized for me to search for the queries or the data that I wanted. And lastly, pastry by date ordered and pastry by quantity ordered. As you can see there, I sort the pastry by date orders as ascending to make it more organized. The same thing goes for the pastry by quantity ordered query. So basically, these queries provide our business with more convenient way to view each entry in the customer and pastry table, and basically it's a quick way for us to retrieve and sort data.
We recommend to create database using Microsoft Access because you can see form in form view. There is an advanced form technique that we use here in this form. There are 4 common buttons in pastry form, which are previous record, next record, delete record and add record. While in customer form, there are previous record, next record, print and close record buttons. Clicking any of these buttons causes the action indicated on the button to occur. It is so easy to navigate. Next, this form has multi-page form that lists the list of pastry and pastry order. Each of the 2 pages that make up the form is displayed in its own tab page. Selecting the first tab, the one labeled list of pastry, then it will display a sub-form listing information of pastries. We can also attach our logo in the form. We can have different color backgrounds and more attractive design that are available to use in this software. As you can see, this is report in report view. We have inserted our group picture as logo in our report. We also pick color background so our report will look more interesting and attractive. Also, these are the continuous report of customer information with their pastry order. In this report view, you are able to see all information by only need to scroll down till the end of the page. See, we also have report by date order. The current date and time are shown in this report. Let's go to the next.
A relationship in Access helps you combine data from 2 different tables. Each relationship consists of fields in 2 tables with corresponding data. For example, you might have a pastry name field in a pastry table and in customer table. Each record in the pastry table has a pastry name that corresponds to a record in the customer table with the same pastry name. When you use related table in a query, the relationship lets Access determine which record from each table to combine in the result cell. A relationship can also help prevent missing data by keeping deleted data from getting out of sync, and this is called referential integrity.
In conclusion, it is clear that Microsoft Access offers a wide range of features and functions, making it one of the best options for handling the data that is used in the business. Additionally, it has made our job easier and more fulfilled than ever before because the data can now be tracked more easily instead of being spread across numerous pages or files, which will help the problem of previously disorganized data overflow and make it difficult to find data that is needed. This action can cause waste of time for business when need to find the data in order to use it. So it is relevant to use Microsoft Access for small or large business so that the business can run smooth without any delay that can be caused by wasting time to search certain data. This session, I will talk about what is design view in form and report. You can view the form structure in more detail in design view. The form header, detail and footer section are visible. While making the design change, you cannot see the underlying data, but there are some tasks that are simpler to complete in design view than in layout view. For example, you can expand the form control option by including putting labels, image, lines and rectangles to make the view more creative and enjoyable to be seen rather than just plain noun view that only has number and words. Next is without using a property sheet. We can edit text box control source directly in the text box and modify some form property that and editable in layout view such as default view, allow form view. Lastly, it can resize from section like detail or form header. This gives more control to the detail within the design view. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
For a database object, click properties on the view menu and enter the description text in the description box. For table and queries, You can also enter the description in the table or queries property sheet. Table customer, show the customer name and their details so that we can identify what they order and the price to pay. After that, as you can see, there are various types of pastry prepared in this pastry table, such as blueberry pie, cheese tart, cherry Danish, and many more. With the use of this table, it will simplify the business of company and save time. Next is queries. There are 5 queries, namely favorite pastry, list order pastry, pastry by date order, pastry by quantity order, and total cost pastry. These queries are related to be the data in the table to the further specify the data that needs to be seen among the example of sorting according to the quantity purchased by a customer.
The first is a favorite pastry query, which shows some of the best-selling pastry among customers. The second is the list order pastry query, which is show the least popular pastry among customers. Next, pastry by date order query, which organize customer list by date starting with the close date. Wow, so many. Pastry by quantity order query, that shows a list of amount purchases by a customer. The last one is a total cost pastry query, which show how much the customer has to pay with the quantity purchases by them.